reality. Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality.
Hey guys, how's it going? Underground Geek here. So I got a new book for you guys. This is Sideways, issue 1. This is the New Age of Heroes that they're doing for DC Universe. Now, these characters are tied into Dark Knight's metal. Some of them accumulated their powers because of it, so that's where it's kind of tying into why we have these new heroes is because of Dark Knight's metal. And then a couple other heroes, you know, just kind of showed up here and there. Now, this book is by Justin Jordan, which is a guy that blocked me on Twitter, and I've never heard of him. And I think it was a preemptive block, a block bot that he used for somebody that follows certain people. I don't think it was Diversity in Comics. I think it was somebody else, maybe Captain Cummings or something like that. But blocked me before I ever knew anything about him. Now the thing is, I don't think he wrote very much of this book. I think DiDio did a lot of it too. So, I mean, I'm still going to check it out. Maybe he'll wise up and learn that that's not the right thing to do to customers and not pull a Dan Slott. Because the reason I say Dan Slott is this book reminds me a lot of Spider-Man. I mean, just look at the costume. It's a lot like Spider-Man. And his powers kind of remind me of Spider-Man too. Now you get this flip-up book here that kind of has flip-up posters and stuff like that. A lot of detail in that. So, but we get started here. This book has a very interesting art style. Look how much detail is in it. The only person I can think of that right off the top of my head that does a lot of detail like this is Sean Gordon Murphy. He does a lot of detail when he does his work. I just bought the hardcover copy of The Wake that he and Scott Snyder did in like 2013 or 11 or something like that. And but his style is very much like this. I mean, look at the detail in the fur, for instance. And I mean, they even put bags under this girl's eyes. Now he just we start out here and he just pops up in this girl's bathroom. He's like, "Morning, Ernie." She's like, "Ah." So she pops him in the face, you know, knocks him backwards. And then you kind of see her room, and they get to talking and everything. Apparently they're friends. They go to school together. Her name is like Ernestine, which is like the worst name ever. And so they're talking. You got this friendship going on here, and she apparently made his costume for him. This is a prototype costume that she made somehow. I know. And so you tell that she's pretty much like a cosplayer. Maybe she likes anime, things like that. You can tell by her little outfit she's wearing and all of her stuff back there. They even thought, you know, to put that stuff in there, like the measuring tapes and things like that, where she can make a costume. She's got a gaming chair with a gaming headset. But they're talking, and you start to see kind of what this character is about. He's young, but he's super strong, and he also can teleport. So that's the two powers that you know of off the bat. And I was trying to see if it actually said his name until we get to the family. But her name's Ernestine. And anyway, he teleports away because her twin sister shows up. Her twin sister obviously looks just like her, but they're complete opposites. She's the popular girl, she's the geeky girl, but they look just the same. Now, to me, if I was in high school, I would probably go after this girl because she looks just like her, but you don't have to deal with all the pompousness of this girl. So that, you know, that's the win-win situation there. But anyway, so we meet Derek's parents. That's his name, Derek, and obviously there's something different about this kid as opposed to his parents. What? I wonder what's different here. Well, come to find out, his mom had adopted him, and so that's kind of where you're getting it now. That's a very cool aspect to add to the character. Already, you added that he's adopted, and you added that his best friend is a twin. Okay, that's two very interesting things to add. And so he goes to school, and he gets kind of picked on a lot. They talk about him a lot. He's kind of a not popular, and the reason being is because something happened to him in Gotham, and now everybody talks about him, and he's kind of, he's on his own. He doesn't really hang out with anybody. Apparently, I don't know if you guys remember in Dark Knight's Metal when the big mountain showed up in Gotham. They were there going to go to a temp, going to start him out as a temp at her work, which is Dark Star Sciences, and then this happened. You got pretty good art right there, and the mountain showed up. Bam. Okay. Well, something happened to him, and instead of him just being there, he falls in this hole. Okay, and through some events, he pretty much ends up like through the mountain to the other side of the mountain, and that, I think, caused his powers to manifest. Something happened with the energy of the mountain, all that's going on from Dark Knight's Metal, and now he's got his abilities. Okay, and he's very much like, he's kind of a shut-in. He doesn't care about talking to people. He doesn't necessarily get along with everybody. Instead of hanging out with that Ernestine girl, he decides to rift. That's his ability, rifting, out of there. And he wants to go straight into this costume because that's where he can kind of feel like his own. A lot like Spider-Man. You had Peter Parker and you had Spider-Man. He loved being Spider-Man because he could be free and do what he wants. So he puts on the costume. Now this is where he kind of pulls a Beast Boy. You know how Beast Boy is very much into social media, always posting stuff about himself, trying to get attention. Well, this is kind of like that. He pretty much has like this vlog where he's like, hey, where do you guys want to go today? I can go anywhere, and he teleports around and all that kind of stuff. And it gets him on attention, but at the same time, he can be whoever he wants because he's under that persona, and he's free to do what he wants. Well, as he's teleporting around, this voice pops up. It's never done this before, but all of a sudden this pops up. He says, stop, accept the crisis ultimatum. Your infractions must cease. I said stop. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? So he starts teleporting over and over, trying to get away. He starts shooting through multiple areas. He even goes through her room, Ernestine from earlier, popping through there, goes to the women's bathroom. And then we get this huge shot here of New York City. This is obviously some kind of trace, but very good detail. You can get super close on that detail. Come on, there you go, focus back. And so that's when he kind of has this where he's teleporting away. He teleports like into the sky, because the more he does it, the blurrier it gets, the harder it is for him to concentrate. So it's like, enough, how many times must I say stop? And he says, uh-oh, not good, and he catches himself on a building. His phone drops, it crashes, breaks. He's like, mom's gonna kill me. And this dude standing here says, I would not be concerned. You have been judged a threat to the continued existence of the space-time brain. Since you seem unwilling or unable to cease your dangerous and lawless behavior, your sentence is death. And this guy shows up. Look at this dude. He says, wait, what? Look how big that guy is. It's crazy. By far, this character is the most interesting to me out of the characters that they've shown so far, because of the world building and these cool characters and all this kind of stuff. But it's the storytelling is by Kenneth Rocafort and Dan DiDio, and the dialogue is by Dan DiDio and Justin Jordan. So I mean, Justin Jordan didn't really even do anything. Daniel Brown is the colorist. Carlos M. Manguel is the letterer, and you have the cover artist is Kenneth Rocafort. So it's the same guy that did the storytelling. And I mean, it's really good. I mean, I read through this in like 5 minutes because it was so interesting. The detail especially. I love good line art. That makes a book to me. Anybody can do, like standard drawing and things like that. This is pretty good right here. But if you can do like this really intense line work and make it look like you did it, like it's actually hand drawn. Like, let's go to this right here and look at this bad guy, man. This character here, I'm already interested because of the good color work and line work and the way they did it. And look, they tied him into Sideways' costume. Then you got whoever this guy is. I'm already interested. This big dude. I mean, it's very, very cool. And then you got this fun friend of his that likes to wear the outfits. This is Kooky Ernestine, so it's very fun. They got him. He looks like an attractive boy. He's very fit, very cool. You know, even though he's dorky, she obviously likes him. She made him a costume, and she's very kooky and interesting as well. She has a lot of attitude. It almost felt like a good anime, but at the same time felt like a good Spider-Man book, because that's what it seems like to me. You got the Spider-Man having fun, learning his powers. So I'm very interested to see what happens in the rest of these books. Now, I just bought like 40 bucks worth of books at a comic book store in Hoover, so I'm going to be checking those out later. I bought a bunch of Thunderbolts that's got Agent Venom in it, because I love Agent Venom, so I'm going to be checking those out. I also bought the Wake in a hardcover. It's $10 for the Wake, the whole Wake hardcover, and it has good line art like this, so I'm excited to see how it's going to be. But I hope you liked this video. Definitely go out and get this. I couldn't find the Spider-Man annual, but I'll try to get a digital copy of it. Everybody says it's good. But I'm going to see Black Panther later, so we'll see how that movie is. I'm excited to watch it because everybody says it's so good. And then I'm going to do a review of it later and kind of blow the SJWs out of the water more than likely. But alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and see you guys later. Underground Geek out.